Hey folks, Dave Wood here. I'm just juggling some rocks in front of my swimming pool in Costa Rica. Actually, when I say swimming pool, I'm going to try to do it in a southern accent. And in today's daily shortcut, I'm actually going to talk about focusing. See, juggling, if you just take a look at this, and I'm not the best juggler in the world, it's actually something that's very simple. And all it is a few repetitious things that I'm doing over and 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 over again, but I got to focus actually my eyes on one point in order to continue to do this. It's actually quite difficult to do this while I'm talking, which is exactly the reason why I'm doing it. Because in your business, in 2017 in particular, let's see if I can do this while I continue the whole video, you actually need to only focus on about 3 things to succeed, just like I'm juggling these 3 rocks. And what are those 3 things? Well, let's keep it simple. Number 1 thing that you need to focus on is you need to focus on the reason why you're doing things. Ah, crap. We're just going to keep it rolling. We're going to keep it rolling. Okay, so I'm just going to continue. You see, I made a mistake, and the reason is because I started focusing on what I was saying rather than juggling the rocks. And so I'm going to continue on with juggling the rocks, talking about what to focus on. So what are the 3 things you should focus on this year? Well, really simple. First thing that you want to do, you want to get really clear with the game plan of your business and get really clear on what the foundational building blocks are of making the money that you want to make. So let's say you want to make $10,000 a month. How would you do that? Well, a lot of people, what they're going to do is they're going to buy info course after info course. They're going to learn one technical strategy after another. They're going to learn about the hot new Facebook update that they just released yesterday that they're going to change tomorrow, right? Some new smiley face icon they can put on Facebook posts, and everybody's going to pay attention to their post, but they're never going to have a swimming pool and never be able to juggle rocks in front of it because they ain't focused. They ain't focused. One time, I actually remember I was at an Amway conference, and this is back in like 2015. I can't remember this particular gentleman's name, but he wore a wig, and he was talking about focus. And he walked out in front of everybody at this Amway conference, and he just started screaming about focus. He got in front of everybody, and he says, you know how you go diamond in Amway? And everybody was like, oh, and they're all screaming. He goes, focus! And he started to scream. He wasn't juggling. I don't know if he could do that. And I'm not actually sure that he had a swimming pool. Trying again. But what happened is then some models walked out on the stage, right? And the dog's barking in the background. He's actually hearing the rocks. And the dog actually wants to juggle the rocks too, but he can't because he doesn't have thumbs. But in any case, so this guy's screaming, he's screaming about the focus, and these models walk out, and then he's just looking straight ahead, does not even look at the models, which is extremely hard for a man, by the way. And he screams, focus, right? And then somebody else walked out with a big stack of school books, and they're walking out in front of him, and then they trip in front of him, and they drop the books, and they scatter all over. And he says, focus! And then some karate guy walked out on the stage, and he punched a hole in the whiteboard, and he screamed, focus, right? And the whole time he was just sitting there screaming focus with all these distractions going on, right? So here's the thing about juggling. It's actually not that hard to do. Usually people learn to do it when they're kids, and I can't juggle knives. I would not try this with machetes, right? Especially not in a video. I was actually wondering how long I could maintain talking while doing this. But here's the thing is that the second your attention breaks off of the very simple things that you're doing, the rocks drop, right? And that's what people do. They take their eyes off what they're supposed to be doing, and they drop the ball, right? They drop the ball on the things that matter the most. So what are those things that matter the most, right? Number 1, you want to be focused on building up your audience of people that are following you, that are paying attention. That'd be the first thing. Number 2, you want to get really good at selling stuff. Number 3, you want to get really good at building teams of people who are selling stuff. Now that's basically it. If you could do those 3 things, build an audience, get good at selling stuff, and build teams of people that sell stuff, I could help you literally to do millions of dollars in sales this year, right? But if you don't focus on the right things, I can't help you do that, just like juggling these rocks, right? It's actually quite difficult to talk and do this at the same time because the task at hand, juggling, is getting distracted by my words. And I'm actually wondering if you're being able to pay attention to this right now or not, or if you're getting distracted and can't pay attention to my words, which is fine with me because that means they're going right inside your unconscious mind. So here's what you want to do if you want to get good at focusing these 3 things. Number 1, I want you to leave me a comment below. Tell me what you learned from this episode. Tell me what you're going to do to focus this year. And the next thing I want you to do is put your email in, because the reality is that, yes, I'm being a little bit silly juggling rocks in a video. I was hoping I could do it the whole time, but I just decided to do this a second ago. But the reality is that the second you lose your focus, you're going to drop the ball. And you only need to focus on a few things to make money. And if you focus on those things, you will make money every time. And if you don't focus on them, you're going to do everything but make money. And so what should you focus on 2017? Sorry friends, ain't no magical strategy here in this video. The same damn things you should have focused on 2016, 2015, 2014, all the way back to the first day you started having the desire to get rich on the internet. My friend, it's been Dave Wood. This has been another episode of The Daily Shortcut, and I'm going to juggle for a minute more. Hope you enjoy. The swimming pool. What's it like to juggle in front of a swimming pool? Well, it's a lot more pretty than juggling on a sidewalk for change, that's for sure. I'll see you in the next episode.